Hello there villagers, today we are making Mary's fruitcake. This recipe is my father-in-law's favourite and it was bequeathed to me just before Mary passed away, on the promise that I didn't make it for anybody until she'd gone. It's my father-in-law's birthday today, so this will be his birthday cake. I put the recipe at the beginning and I'm doubling the mixture, so please don't be surprised when you see 4 eggs disappear past. So today you're going to need self-raising flour. Normally the things we've done lately have been plain flour, but today we need self-raising flour and mixed dried fruit. I didn't have quite enough, so I had to supplement it with some extra raisins. So you'll need 200 grams of the flour, 250 grams of the fruit. Apparently we're using up lots of stuff today because that's at least the first, if not several boxes that are going for washing up. Then mixed spice. Not to be mistaken for Chinese 5-spice. That would be a very different effect. Half a teaspoon for you. A whole teaspoon for me. Everything goes in one bowl together for this recipe. Very straightforward. Plop it all in, mix it all up, put it in a cake tin and away it goes. So I don't bother weighing my cherries because I have a cherry lover in my house. So the more cherries the better in his opinion. Several years now I've been cutting them with scissors. None of this tipping them out onto a chopping board and cutting them with a sharp knife business. That way you don't end up sticky either. I don't know why it's taken me so long to discover this. Right, what's next? Oh yes, 4 fluid ounces of milk. And the same again of, the recipe calls for sunflower oil, but whatever oil you happen to have will be fine. Remember, I'm doubling the mixture, so if it looks like a lot in my bowl, that's why. I want a cake to take and a cake to put in my freezer. So that was 4 fluid ounces for you of the oil, which used that one up as well. More washing up. Hurrah! Right, what's next? Is it time for eggs? Yes, I think it's time for eggs. So you will need 2 eggs. And then finally, brown sugar. The recipe calls for demerara, but any brown sugar will do. And what's a surprise, the end of that container as well. Yep, upend it, give it a smack, there we go. And all we do now is mix it with a wooden spoon. It sort of forms a lumpy batter, and then pour it in the cake tin. So the scales can go away. Tidy as we go. Right, give it a mix. It does look very slightly questionable, but I promise you it will smell divine while cooking and taste lovely. So make sure you line your baking tin. This is greaseproof paper. The recipe calls for a 1 pound loaf tin. It should do 2 1-pound loaf tins. But today I'm using a 2-pound loaf tin and a 20 centimetre or so diameter cake tin. Seeing as I'm doubling the mixture. fight your baking paper. They will eventually stay put once you've started pouring the mixture in. Make sure you turn the oven on. Do both tins and pour the mixture in. So I think they're about ready to have the mixture poured in. The paper will behave once it's started having some mixture in on top of it. Make sure you also have a spatula handy for scraping the bowl out. Get all the last little bits. And bake for 1 hour. And then in the end what I did was turn the oven off, open the door but leave the cake tins in until cold, and then I tipped them out. So this is before going in the oven. Then I remembered you're supposed to sprinkle some sugar on the top. Makes for a really lovely crust, like sparkly bit across the top. And then bake for 1 hour.